Francisco, Philly,
Yeah.
Nashville, Lexington. Is Lexington like any of the previous three?
No, it's definitely different. I kind of start with Philly. Like, I grew up in that kind of environment. It was very minority. It was in a section in North Philadelphia that was a little bit dangerous. So it was kind of like familiar for me, just being in San Francisco and where I grew up. So it was exciting, but then going to Nashville was just a complete culture shock. Just definitely the country music was different. Broadway was different. Seeing people going runs at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night was definitely different. But I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the city of Nashville, the culture that it has. I actually enjoyed some of the country music, not going to lie. I went to a Luke Combs concert, which was very different. And then coming to Lexington. I think Lexington has just been a place where I felt love. People embrace me, embrace the culture of, the football program here, the city of Lexington. The goal is definitely to try to get to a horse race or, just because I don't know nothing about that, to be honest with you. Only way I found out was from Will Levis's commercial. That's about the most I know. But I love it, man. I love it a lot, and, I can't wait to explore more and more each and every day.
So who are you cheering for, Eagles or Niners?
Oh, I want to go hometown, the Niners. I call it 17-24. It's the goal. It's the goal.
That Vanderbilt game was the low point for Kentucky season. Obviously, it was a great moment for you. What do you remember about that afternoon, and what impression did that leave on you?
Just kind of talk a little bit brief about the game. It was a big day for the Vanderbilt program. Obviously with the struggles that they had in the recent years, it was just a big game to have. It was a big game to be a part of, and to know that I was able to contribute to just a historic day. But I think just the way that the Kentucky guys handled themselves, after the loss, a lot of guys came up and spoke to us. I got a chance to talk to some of the coaches, and just going against that defense. That defense was monstrous. You got Deion up front, you got the young core linebacker, you got the secondary. So I knew defensively that they had the pieces to go up against anybody, and then offensively too, just knowing that they were missing just a few pieces once the season ended. And I felt that, if I come in and try to earn my spot, earn those reps, and try to get the starting job, then I think I could help out the team and get us through that threshold of potentially competing for an SEC championship. So that played a lot in it. But at the end of the day, it was more so just the fans, just how much they embraced me on Twitter. I think I got 1.2 million views on my commitment video. So that was definitely different. I felt a little bit famous, but I loved it, and I loved everything about it. But, to kind of talk about Vandy, that was a great place. It taught me a lot as a young man. I learned, I was developed as a football player, as an athlete, as a student athlete. I had some great up and down years, there, being there for 2 years, some close games, some heartbreakers. So, I commend those guys, what they did, that coaching staff coming in and kind of setting up a new culture. So I got lots of respect for Vanderbilt. I was able to finish with my degree there to be an alumni. That's very big for me and my family. So, kudos to those guys. But, week 4 come around, we're going to be a little bit, we'll still be friends, but within the white lines, we won't be.
Did they make the decision harder, I guess?
Just what is it like being a running back in the SEC, running between the tackles and all that?
Oh, it's different. You got bigger boys up front. You got some guys that are going against who are going to be top 15, top 20 picks in the draft that following year. So it's just about coming in and competing and doing what you got to do, knowing that it's not going to be a walk in the park. This conference is the best conference. I think everybody can agree to that. It's the next to the NFL. So you got to take care of your body the right way. You got to be able to prepare mentally and physically the right way, because it's not going to just be you're going to go get 100 yards. You're going to have to fight just to get 50 yards. So I think that's the good thing, is it's testing me as a true running back, my vision, my eliteness, my elusiveness to be able to bring the whole game around me.
Did that make the decision harder leaving Vandy? Like, you're going to a division opponent. Were you ever like, am I really about to do this, or was it you just got to do what's best for you?
It was hard. The decision was very, very hard. I cried, talked to a lot of family members, because, again, I enjoyed my 2 years at Vandy. I enjoyed building those relationships, and it's hard to say goodbye to your true friends who you blood, sweat, and tears with on that field, fall camp, summer ball, et cetera. So it was definitely difficult. Having the possibility of potentially going back was definitely an option, but I had to do what's best for my family. I had to put myself in the best position to try to get to that next level. And kind of like I said a couple of days ago, but Kentucky is the place to be. As you can see, Benny Snell, C-Rod, Wandell, there's countless names, Pascal, there's countless of guys who came from Kentucky and is in the league today. So I knew if that's my goal and that's my dream, then this is where I got to be to achieve that.
You mentioned Chris and Benny. They've carried a heavy load here as the last two kind of featured backs as a power back. I know you're kind of that same type of runner. Are you ready for maybe a load like that if called on?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I got to be Ray Davis. That's just what it is. I was born to be Ray Davis. I wasn't born to be C-Rod. I wasn't born to be Benny Snells. What those guys did was historic. Benny is in the history books. C-Rod's in the history books. But right now, I got to focus on just getting my foot in the door. And once I'm able to establish that, then Lexington's going to know who Ray Davis is, and I can be able to put myself in that category with those guys. But I can't think that far into it. I definitely believe I can handle that workload. I had a 262 carries at Vandy. So I've proven it. I've done it in my younger career as a freshman, but, when that time comes, that time comes. But I can't think about that right now. I got to think about going out there and winning the job.
What are the similarities